All right, so I believe I am back. If I'm talking and no one can hear me, that's okay. But we're back with more little JRPGs. So this is going to be LiEat. We're going to specifically be playing only the first game of this trilogy. Once again, I just realized I'm playing 2 trilogy games. But this game is available on Steam or Switch. And you can pay for it there, which I really recommend you do. Support the dev. Or if that's not an option for you, you can download the game from the developer website, and it's available in 10 different languages. So this is definitely a game that if you want to give it a try, the developer has done everything they can to make it available for you. So yeah, once again, we're back to talking and no one can hear you. Thank you for that. Yeah, sorry if I'm a little bit slow responding to chat. My notes are down on my desk and chat is up above the game. So you're kind of in this bad spot. I should have put you below and I didn't realize it. But yeah, in the hopes of grabbing more time, I am going to get started. This game, it's going to start on new game and the timing will end on the final hit of the final boss fight. So this is the only game in the series that's timed like this. The rest of them go through credits. But this one, I will call time when we finish the boss fight. It's not going to be at the death of the boss. We've got some ads to deal with. But yeah. So here we get going. And 3, 2, 1, go. So now we're going to be playing LiEat. This is a very fairy tale-ish kind of inspired game. So we're going to start off with a little storybook sequence where we find about the vampires in the town and how the villagers rose up and destroyed them. And as they're telling the story, the 2 little kids go, "Oh, wait a minute. Like, that's kind of sad for the vampires. Whatever happened to them?" But now that we've done that, we're going to switch over to our main characters. So we're going to meet a character who's going to be calling himself Leo, and we're going to meet Little Effina. And so this is going to be another Wolf RPG game. It's going to be very story-based and very mashing-based. And I am sorry to say I'm very bad at mashing, so you're going to see the menu a lot in this game, and I apologize for that. I am not the person to be showing off the speedrun of this game. I just love this game. But yeah, we're going to start off. Turns out Leo is a con man, and he's here to try and sell some information. So we talk to our informant, and they say, well, it's going to take a while, so make sure you have somewhere to rest for the night. And so we go talk to Keith, who is the master of the town. And he's like, okay, well, there's an open house. You can go there. And so we walk in here, and the informant's like, oh, wait a minute. This little girl is super cute. And wait a minute, she says she's a dragon? And not only is she a dragon, she can eat lies? That doesn't make any sense. So we're going to give her a little demonstration of what it's like for a dragon. So in this world, dragons are people that are like born of wishes. And so I have actually already missed a step. So we're going to go... go do that. We'll have to equip that later. I have made a mistake in this run already. We're just going to ignore that though. Because normally if you run the whole trilogy of this game, we actually went and grabbed some developer items. And there is only one legitimate fight you take in this entire series, and I just screwed up and took a legitimate fight. But yeah, so we're now playing as Effina by herself, and she's a little bit bored, so she goes and talks to a nice lady, and she's like, oh, well, I'm busy. Can you go talk to my friend Mr. Levin? And we go talk to Mr. Levin, and Mr. Levin is a cat, and that is fantastic. So, but we're still kind of bored, so we're going to go talk to Keith, who we met, and he's going to say, oh, I'll make you some food. And she's like, oh, I don't eat food, I eat lies. So he tells a lie for us, and he lies and says, I finished making dinner. And we're going to go, oh, that was a lie. And so we eat it, and he's like, that's very interesting. So isn't she adorable? There's animated cutscenes too. Sorry, I had to stop for that for just a moment. But we think that's fun. He's like, oh, well, you should talk to my sister. She's a bit of a shut-in. And so we're going to go hang out with her. And she's like, oh, well, I'm kind of bored always being shut in here, but I always have to say yes to my brother. And we're like, okay, well, that's nice. But we're going to teach you how to say no so that when you don't want to do something, you don't have to. And don't worry, teaching her no will have no negative consequences later in this game. But now that we've made a new friend in Rachel, we're going to keep going. And we're going to go back and report to Leo what we've been up to. Because he's actually been busy, and he's going to be like, great, what, you've been having fun? And he's like, well, whatever. Oh, it's late. Let's go to bed. And we're trying to tell him, like, we don't want to go to bed yet. And he's like, go to bed. But we're not sleepy, so we're going to go bother Miss Informant Lady, because she seemed interesting. She gave us a nice hug and head pat. And so we're going to talk, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the world and a little bit about the town. And we're tired now. Now that we've learned, like, the town's really quiet. There's, like, no animals around. So we're going to be a good girl. We're going to go to bed now. But as soon as we fall asleep, there's a scream in the night. We need to investigate. So we team back up with Leo the con man. And so we're going to go along and we're going to skip that cutscene because I'm actually going to remember to skip it for once. Don't worry, don't read that text. She's perfectly fine. That text means nothing. But now that we've seen this case, we've decided we should call the police. This is a little bit outside of our slot. And we know Rosalie before. We know she has a phone. We're going to go ask to use her phone. And she's going to like, no, you are a con man. We are not letting you use our phone. So she's like, I will call. You just go to bed. They'll be here in the morning. So we're actually going to go to bed now. All right, so now that we're up, we're going to go outside and we're going to find out, oh, it's the police. And wait a minute, the police recognized Leo. He apparently has a bit of a history with the police. So we're going to chat a little bit, but now we're going to split up again to do more investigating. And I actually need to equip, because I made a mistake earlier. Through. So we're going to go talk to Rosalie to learn more about the vampires in this town, because we noticed the body had a bite. She's going to tell us that this town used to have vampires many years ago. That's kind of a long story. And she's going to say, well, you got to pay me for this information. So we're going to pay her off with a tea cookie, one of the famous tea cookies from another town. And now that we've done that, we're going to go back and talk to Keith, who's the master of the town, see if he knows anything. And he's going to say, oh, yeah, well, I don't really know anything, but there could have been a wolf or something. And we're going to say, you know, he's a terrible liar, but we'll go investigate his sister, too. So we're going to ask his sister things, and she's going to say no. So don't worry, no negative consequences for teaching her how to say no. But now that we're done with that, we're going to continue on. We're going to come up here, and we're going to talk to the police, see what they have to say about it. And we're going to say, oh, it's actually, there wasn't any blood. It was just some sour juice. There's no, like, he can detect animals, and there's no animals in the vicinity. But now that we've done that, little Effina here has been going around just eating lies she finds on the side of the street. I don't think that's really good for you. But we're a bit bored here, so we're going to go see, what was that book that Mr. Levin the cat was reading? And we're going to try and read it. And there were vampires. What's a vampire? I don't know what a vampire is. I don't know how to read. But I just made a friend yesterday, and she's older than me, so she can read. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to go talk to her, and we're going to show her this picture we found inside of the book. And we're going to say, hey, can you read what's written on it? And she's going to say, yes. But she's going to say, wait a minute, this is a picture of me and my brother. But that's odd, because my brother told me there's no pictures of us. And so now that we've done that, which is kind of odd, we're going to go on, because there shouldn't be a picture. So we're going to pop out here. So protect Richard. So now we need to go talk to the police, and we're going to find out more about what it means to be a dragon. So here we're going to find out that dragons are kind of like, we're born of the strong wishes of people. So we were born of Leo's wish. We don't know quite what that is, but that gave us the ability to eat lies. But yeah, different people get different powers. Like the different dragons have different powers based on the wishes that they're born on. But we're going to meet back up with Leo here. And now that we've got all of the information, we're going to confront Keith about this situation, him being the master of the town. And he's going to tell some more lies. And we're going to have to detect which are the real lies. And the first one is, I never went out at all last night, which we feel is a lie. So we're going to eat that. And then we're going to come up here, and there's another lie. And the lie is the wolves are dangerous. And we know that's a lie because there are no wolves. And we are not doing very well in combat here. We're getting a lot of misses. We're going to have to do some healing. So now that we've told the lies, we're going to confront Keith, and we're going to point out that he's a liar. And he's going to say, well, I am the vampire. And then fade to black. And he's gone. So let's try and go after him. Ah, the door is locked. Well, as long as we're locked in here, let's see what he's been up to. So we're going to start by trying to read this book. It's a book about killing vampires. That's very odd. Let's go see in his room, see what he's been up to. Another book about vampires. And this one is going to tell us that, wait a minute, vampires are weak to light. But we're also now in the position where we're thinking, oh, let's go check on Rachel, our new friend that we taught to say no. Oh, but the door is locked. And now more lies. The lies are starting to overflow, and we're going to need to start taking all of them out. We are being very unlucky with, with the fights here. If a good speedrunner would have been done with this game by now. Yeah. But yeah, now that we've defeated those little lies, the big lies are coming out. And these lies are too big for us to eat, so we need to just avoid them. Which is going to be slightly difficult sometimes. But we got a key from that lie, so we're going to come here and we're going to try and find more information. We're going to find a book that's going to reveal that Keith and Rachel's family actually were vampires. But over the generations, that the vampire blood kind of thinned out until recently, one of the children... we're making a safety save here, because this guy... Leave me alone. Go away. Go away. This guy can wreck my day. And he's just camping me. Go away, please. But yeah, Brett, one of the policemen, got us out because he can walk through walls. Ah, freedom! Oh, come on, let me go. No, all right, we're free. We're gonna come up here and, oh no, it's Neil, the captain. He's dead. His body on the ground. Captain, did he die, Mr. Captain? Oh no, he's fine. His magic power as a dragon is that he's invincible and he can't die. But he's a little tired because he just died. So let's just go back and take a nap. But yeah, now we're going to confront Keith. And Keith is going to say, once again, he's going to stick to his story saying that I'm the vampire. But we know it's a lie. We saw him in broad daylight. We know there's no animals. It's actually his sister. But he's been telling the lie so much that it's going to consume him. So now we need to eat the lie that Keith has made, and we're going to have time in just a moment. Time. So that is... We have now defeated the lie that consumed Keith. The lie that he was the vampire hunting the town, but it's really Rachel. Whew. Breath. I can't dole wolf it. I need to breathe. But yeah, so... Alright, underestimate, good. But yeah, very mash-heavy game, but once again, so the LiEat is this is the first game of a trilogy, so you actually get to see... Yep, today we're only doing the first game. The full trilogy takes about 30-40 minutes. I do run the full trilogy. I'm one of the few people that runs the full trilogy. I'm just really bad at all of them. But yeah, I just wanted today to just do an appeal with Gigi Manjo and LiEat. Take a chance, play some indie, like short JRPG, like short RPGs. There's some really great stuff out there. And like, I know some people think like RPG Maker, Wolf Games, like bad rap. There's some real fantastic gems. Go out and look for them. But yeah, thanks again for everyone that came by to watch this little RPG mini indie RPG block. And I will stop talking now so that we can cut and switch over to now Monochrome Mobius is after me since I switched with Organ Mike. So yeah, thanks again all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Oyasumi nasai.